Good old water. So, I decided to do a quick pop up to see what you guys had implemented for the new year. Oh, that's wonderful. Hello, Tofu. And hey, Homestead Aquarius, my first one in. Good to see you. Um, I'm just wondering what is that one thing you decided to implement for the new year? The weighted blankets are great, Tofu. You have to be careful sometimes because we had a weighted turn that down, please. We had a weighted lap um, blanket for Malachi, and I went to wash it. They didn't warn me that, but this is one like I just back in the day bought off of eBay that it had lentils in it for weight, I guess, some beans or something. So it came out of the washer a mess. Like it was not usable anymore. It was just a mushy mess. Let, let me know if I'm too loud because I didn't check my audio on these, but music. Whoops, that's not how I do it. He keeps playing music, and I'm afraid they're gonna get me. Let me see. Hello, hello. Okay, supposedly it automatically is adjusting the mic, so let me know if it's okay or if it's too loud. Yeah, I'm not buying any garden implements yet. I want to make a list, Homestead Aquarius, of all the different things that we're lacking, that are lacking, I guess, in my backyard to keep it pretty much, I want to say, like permaculture compliant. Oh my goodness. I'm looking out my window at my banana trees, and another one is flowering. I have a rack, but it's a small one hanging off of one tree that's over our walkway right now. I took one down, and unfortunately, during Christmas, here you a nice one. Oh, good. Thank you, Tofu. Um, I took them down, counted the weight, and then, of course, the holidays hit. I had them in a bowl, set them aside to do like holiday stuff on the table. And of course, my husband's calling right now. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, it is the ongoing saga of dealing with our electrical. My husband actually went down to our city and kind of pressed through uh, the idea that, he's nervous with us getting this mark on, I would say, when they came through and uh, did the inspection for our new insurance. So they the electrician had just come back at the city level, had just come back from his vacation, and he actually looked at it, and he said, "Yeah, they're missing." And I look at what they're missing, and I'm like, "Um, that's usually what you hand in to get the permit." Like, you know, contract numbers, the, um basically you map what you're doing, how they'll do a site map and things like that of the job. I forget what it's exactly called. But anyway, so yes, that was my husband calling about that after he just went down there this morning. And I'm like, you're in a totally different timeline than, what these people work at. I said, so no, I sent them the stuff. They actually had gotten it through email from the city already. So I definitely don't want to be, making them angry with us and they're going to do electrical work on our house. Hey, KP Heathen, good to see you. So go back to, is there any one thing that you guys have already implemented for the new year? Yesterday, I was so ill, and I did it to myself because we have candy throughout the house still left over from. No, you cannot have my cell phone. You have this. He's trying to reach for my cell phone right now. We have candy throughout the house, and well, I decided I would just take a handful of peppermint kisses and eat them. And I got like so ill because my body is not used to that. I'm just not used to eating. I don't eat candy. I don't eat a lot of chocolate. This was like white chocolate, so it's basically just fat, food coloring, and sugar. Yeah, I was so like sick. I mean, seriously, my whatever I have going on with my body gave me a low grade fever. Um, so I sat there and I was looking up like pre-diabetic stuff because I know my parents at my age had gone to a dietitian, and that was what the dietitian warned them of. And my mother had issues with, oh, good. You're cleaning cast iron pans and building fire. Extinguisher safe. Oh, nice. That's a great idea. Yeah, easy to hide things in. But yeah, my mom basically her strokes, her vascular issues killed her. And it was really weird during her, I would say, last 10 years when she wasn't visiting her physician that I did not like because he was just like most of the physicians, see you next, year for your physical after she's had a stroke. Oh, you're doing great. Didn't really investigate why she's having a stroke. And it was, I think, after the second one that they realized that she had high lipid levels in her blood. I forget if the hospital discovered that or not, but this doctor, even after her first stroke only had her on, like a mini aspirin. So if you read about diabetes too, you will find out that it does indeed cause vascular issues. And of course the belly weight and everything. So right then, yesterday I'm like, that's it. I'm not eating anything that has added sugar. I'm just not doing that to my body. Hey, Misha, happy New Year to you too. Oh, by the way, yeah, happy New Year, everybody. I'm not doing that to myself. And I had even had juice yesterday. It was, I think, the combination of sugars. I had gotten pomegranate juice with this, it's called Italian soda, but it's basically fruit juice and sparkling water, like carbonated water. Still, it had sugar in it, plus the carbs that are in the pomegranate juice, which you don't, because it's tart, you don't think it's that much sugar, even though it's juice, and I know better. So yeah, those two combined yesterday, I was like, you know what? I already am not putting sugar in my coffee. I'm only doing the D-ribose. So just the D-ribose, which is a carb, I'll do, but minimum dose just to keep the fibro pain away. And water and black coffee are my drinks for right now, and no more candy. I've got this right behind me. There's chocolate kisses in with this too. Like dark chocolate once in a while is fine, but this is like milk chocolate. The other one was white chocolate. So those kind of things, like, are you doing anything health-wise or even around the house-wise? I basically still need to make a list of all the things I need to tackle. And I think I'm going to tackle one room at a time, getting, some of it purged out and, donated. We donate to what's called, well, I don't want to give the name, but you can do it in your state usually too. It's for foster, the foster organization, Foster to Adopt, where it can go to new foster families or those who have had to take over children within their own family and care for them. They're able to go to what's known as like a foster closet and pull clothes or pull toys or even some adult things like sheets, towels that are in good condition, things like that. It depends on what uh, yours. Sorry, I'm feeding Malachi right now. I'm helping him eat. What yours accepts. So ours, of course, with this little guy is toys and some of the clothes he's grown out of. So we try and do that. But yes, my big one is water. I already had a little bit today. It's really hard because I got out of the habit of drinking. And I don't know about you, but I tend to forget and then drink it too late. And then I'm like, oh, I drank it too late. And then I don't get much sleep because I'm visiting the bathroom. But as far as big expenditures, we have this going on with the electrical, but my brother did send me and sent my daughter some Christmas money. And I was looking at those countertop um, electric composters. What do you guys think of those? Do you think that I'm thinking like for things that I can't put out there because of, having the rats coming off the canal, like, anything that might be fatty or, bones. I mean, David the Good, it's like throw it on the ground, but living right off the canal, it's a little bit difficult to just throw, anything that might have meat on it on the ground. So things like that. I mean, I've even seen with that Lumi composter that they threw in like the biodegradable cover of their phone and composted it. And it pretty much finishes the compost. It's pretty much a finished compost, but it's not much. That's the only thing that bothers me is it's really very little. However, for the very little, you're saving time, big time. And you can use it for even potted plants in the house, supposedly, because it's so clean. I don't necessarily know if I want the Lumi. Vitamix makes one. Been just looking at the prices. And of course, there's the Amazon knockoffs. But I was wondering if anybody else just thought they were kind of a waste of money because they aren't cheap. That's for sure. Or what do you do? Do you put yours, your bones and meat, do you put it through, say, an oven or into the fire? Like, how do you deal with that kind of stuff for the garden? Because I know Glenn says he can bury fish, but even that I would be nervous to do. What's up, Bushcraft family? Good to see you. Yeah, so I was just talking about what's one thing you've already implemented for, your 2024 self. Mine is my water and not eating things that have sugar added to them. Like we have candy still left over all about. And, in our house, I have plenty of candy. And I'm not talking about like, adding, see, I had an apple and peanut butter. Here, honey, I had an apple and peanut butter for breakfast, but it was a green apple. And I know this is going to sound weird, but I've been having like these question sessions with Chat GPT because it's free and asking that. It's basically you're using a search engine, even though it's responding to you like a human. It's almost like using a search engine. They're just putting it in conversational form. So, but okay, so what are some breakfasts that I can eat if I am watching my blood sugar and I'm gluten free? Hey, Storm, it's good to see you. And it actually came back with some pretty good answers. I was like, hey, yeah, I forgot I even had that in the fridge. I could have ate that instead. Darn. I had a green apple and some peanut butter. It was not enough food for me. I need a little bit more than that for breakfast. But let me see where it has. Okay. Rather than just eggs, like, because a lot of people who do keto, it's like you're eating eggs all the time for breakfast, and I can't always make eggs unless they're hard boiled and in the fridge. Let's see, vegetable omelet, of course, it's the first one that you load it with colorful vegetables, spinach, tomatoes, bell peppers, and mushrooms. The other one was a Greek yogurt parfait, but you use fresh berries. And the Greek yogurt has more protein. No, honey, you're gonna have to take it over there if you're turning it up,
No.
please, or turn it down. You can sit here and turn it down. It just can't be loud. Okay, you're gonna go over there and turn it up and lick the chair on your way out. Um, thank you. Thank you. Where are you going? Okay, if you sit there though, and sit nice. Okay, you're sitting in daddy's chair. The other one was chia seed pudding. Which for me, that texture and the almond milk is a concern unless I would make that almond milk myself because of the additives. I don't know if you know this about emulsifiers. They're not great on the lining of your stomach. Hey, Duncan 1900, good to see you. This is just like a short live. I was trying to figure out how everybody's doing for their new 2024 self. We're only, a couple days in. I'm wondering if anybody implemented anything just yet for their goals for the new year. And it doesn't have to be gardening related. For me, I was just saying I'm laying off anything that has added sugar, especially candy, because I overdid it yesterday. And really, for me, overdoing it compared to somebody else is totally different. I might have to go. He's got it looks like his sister's clothing that was out here. Is not for another person, but for me, it made me sick. The other one was a quinoa breakfast bowl. Sometimes it depends on the quinoa. It says to cook quinoa on top with sliced almonds, berries, and a drizzle of honey. I don't know about the honey for a nutritious breakfast. But the one that I had forgot that I had was I had smoked salmon in there, like, the lox. And it was like smoked salmon roll ups with cucumber slices, like cream cheese and cucumber slices for, a lower carb way to do it. And I was like, oh, I have that. The other was, and then later on, I did go and have an avocado and eggs, top gluten-free toast because I did say I was gluten-free, and a poached or fried egg, and then you put it on top of your avocado toast, which you could get like maybe a keto toast. I am gonna probably do that as a treat for myself because I also don't want to be doing a lot of the gluten-free toast because I don't know if you know this, a lot of them are not low carb. And they can have processed flours in them and stuff. A smoothie bowl, which let's see, he's saying or it's saying, I don't know what you call Chat GPT. It's saying blend a smoothie with spinach, berries, almond milk, and a scoop of protein powder. Same thing, you have to be aware of what's in your protein powder. A popular one that was going around for a bit, along with bars and stuff, had a carcinogen in it. You top it with nuts and seeds or coconut flakes, and then the good old cottage cheese with fruit. And I remember doing that. Like the peaches were a big thing, but we used to have the peaches, of course, in heavy syrup, and that's going to be a big no-no this year. Let's see, you can make eggs for a week. Yeah, I've done those. I actually have a video where I make them, and I made them so plain in the video, and I've done like little mini quiches. That's true, bushcraft. That's always great to do it that way. Yep. You can make like little quiches. Thanks for the reminder. I know. Right? And especially after that conversation on your live. Oh, I basically ruined eggs for everyone that night, calling them chicken periods. Terrible, but I did. But yeah, I'm the same way. I have to be in the mood for it, but then sometimes I'm just so in the mood for a fried egg, but then it's hard because I want toast with a fried egg. That's what I grew up with. You have toast for the yolk, Otherwise it's I don't know, it's just not the same. Or what I will do without the toast is I put them over a bed of greens and kinda used it as the dressing too. You're welcome for that colorful reminder. I know. Sorry. We're all visual thinkers. People get into our lives and say some things, and it's like, "I wish you didn't say that because now I can see it." But I'm gonna, drop the link if any of you wanna come up. I don't have much time. Hubby gets home usually, um, about an hour, 15, about hour and a half. So I need that, like, last half hour to prep for dinner, which tonight, really, he's gonna have leftover wings, so it's not like a major like, I don't have to go super early. Oh, little man. He seems so happy, but this is like a sensory thing he's been doing lately. It can go from, "Ha, ha, ha, ha," and he's laughing to, I'm suddenly getting things thrown at me. That's like with George, he loves to watch Curious George, and Curious George has this one called Zeros to Donuts. Um, oh, this is for, Brenda, Homestead, uh, Charles, if you wanna come up, that's great. Tofu, I would love if you get to a place where you can actually come up on a stream. I would love to have you participate. You've been such a upbeat voice in the side chat for many of us. But yeah, so those are who it's for. And then, of course, my usuals that are up with me if Maureen comes in and, you know, anybody wants to come up that I mentioned and talk about what they've implemented in the new year, that would be great. Or what they're planning on implementing. Misha, too. I didn't mean not to say you, Misha. You're more than welcome. What they plan on implementing in the new year. But yeah, so water-wise, I like to fill these larger bottles. These aren't always the same water that's in them. I've already drank about half. I had half left, and I drank the rest of that. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Is that pressure system stuff, or did you run out of your aloe? Duncan turned me on to this aloe drink, which I now need to replace because 'cause I'm out of. Really great for gut health and, also just detox. It's like a detoxing aloe drink. I'm so sorry you're in pain today. Yeah, yesterday I had the chills and everything. I was getting nervous. I had a kidney infection or something, but then I realized, "No, you dummy, you just ate too much sugar and your body doesn't know how to cope with it." Mm. Oh, yeah, Barry, we forgot to do that. How do I do that? Go into Google? I don't know if I can do it on here. Let me see if I can go into, um, Charles, I don't know if you're still in here, but I accidentally banned Barry from StreamYard because he came up jokingly and had a fake name. And now I'm not sure how to go. I don't remember how to go into Google and get that out of there, like what it would be under. Um, like his name, because he's not in the YouTube side. He can still chat in the side chat. Find and edit. No. More tools. Okay. I don't know what it would be under. I thought so, but how where would it be in my StreamYard? I'm a few on YouTube, not there. And can I do it while I'm live? Would it be under maybe settings? Guests? Ah, yes, it was. Thank you. Duh. I thought I checked here already. It won't let me remove you though. No, they don't need to. I don't know what. Now it's frozen and won't do anything. Fantastic. Great. The whole thing just froze. Really? I don't know what to do. It just completely froze. Hold on, let me see if I can reboot it. I'm gonna have to reload. Hold on. Wow, perfect timing. You must have flagged me as soon as they saw you were the whole computer went berserko. All right, I found him, and then I couldn't get him out of there. It just locked the whole computer locked up.
Well, when you ban somebody with StreamYard,
Yeah.
you can't unban them until the next time you go live.
Yeah, that's where okay, it did Barry, you're not there anymore, so it did it, but then it locked me up for some reason.
Oh,
So I don't know what happened. That's weird. Yeah, it's been it happened on another live when we did that. Thank you for telling
yeah,
me
you'll go
that.
back and look, and you won't be able to find them in there, or you won't.
There he is. He can get up. Yay.
Second
Hey.
time charm.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys?
I thought I had it. I don't know why. I don't know. I really thought I had checked StreamYard.
Technology.
I know. I don't know why I can't figure it out anymore. I used to be able to. My poor daughter. Hey,
Well,
Kier.
they make it so complicated, so
Yeah.
they make it harder than it actually is.
Yeah. Well, I just forget things too because we just signed up. That was the other thing. For those of you who are just getting your insurance again, have you made sure that you have the right primary care person on your card? That's something you usually have to do to make sure they didn't assign you to somebody in like the town over or even not even near you in any shape or form whatsoever. Or they assigned you to some terrible doctor who's got like the worst ratings ever.
Oh, that in taxes too. Not this year, but the year before. I was like, "What the heck? My taxes went up by $1,000."
Yeah.
Property tax, and I'm
yes.
like, "Why?"
Ours. Yeah.
And then I'm looking at it, and it says you have this many acres, and I'm like, I don't even have an acre. Where'd this come from?
Weird.
And then I'm looking at it, and it was somebody else's.
And oh gosh, they screwed up
It
that bad?
was in my name,
Oh,
but
that's
a
scary.
different address. And I went and brought it in. I'm saying,
yeah, somebody use your name.
I don't have that property.
Mm.
I said, I'll take it if you guys are giving it away or something. But
right, I'll take it if my name's on it and somebody's using my name.
yeah,
because that's scary.
And they said they had many issues with names and addresses getting mixed up that year.
Oh, weird. Did you
Yeah.
ask them if they got hacked into that maybe you could do
Oh,
some
they'll say no.
Yeah, of course.
Legally, they're not allowed to tell you
Oh, I didn't know
unless
that.
it's in a press conference when it's already done and over with.
Oh, yes. They always like to tell us after the fact.
Yeah.
While we can't protect our stuff, they tell us after the fact. So we're not.
Yeah.
That seems a little bit ridiculous.
Well,
Oh,
the silly-
good, Gear. You survived the first night of work, getting ready for the second night soon. Good. Good for
The
you.
silly thing about that, like here in Kentucky, if you find a piece of land that has not been touched in a long time,
Mm-hmm.
and you get, which you can go to the PVA office and find out if the property's had the taxes paid on it. And if it's not, and you can afford to pay the taxes on it, you can actually take over that piece of property by paying the taxes.
Yeah.
I do suggest an attorney when you do that, but
Yeah.
it's been done a lot. There's been a lot of people angry over that. It's like, well, you left your property, you didn't, pay your taxes. So,
Wow.
yeah.
You can
Yeah.
just
A
assume
lot
the
of times
tax.
they'll put
Wow.
them like in this area, they'll auction it off.
Yeah, here too.
Mhm.
Yep. Courthouse auction. Yeah.
The people who own it will get notices before, but they won't get a notice that their land is getting auctioned off or their house or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I can't.
Same way here.
Cannot imagine. I think our county started, enacting a little bit more security because they were having those people who were sliding in and doing the dirty business with deeds and stuff. But I actually want to find out and make sure they have, because that's so scary. I saw some of those stories about that happening where I don't even know how they're doing it. They're getting a hold of the deed and like assuming the deed on people's places and then selling their place out from under them. And I'm like, how can you even?
Yeah, it's some of them, the old laws, the tax laws, to where if they miss so many payments and somebody comes in and pays off
Oh, okay.
their taxes,
Yeah.
then they have so much time to pay that person back. If
Okay.
not, then they get their land.
Then they get their land. Kitty, just like we're familiar with this. Yeah. Barry usually has the one who wants to take over the show. Oh, such
Pretty.
a pretty face. What's that one named, Charles?
Rugnut.
Rugnut?
That's perfect.
He used to go when he was a little kitten. He used to go crazy on the rug. You know how they dig
Yeah,
their
yeah.
nails in and go
And go all over it. We
he
have
goes nuts on the rug. So
oh,
he
how
become a
cute.
rug nut.
Oh, Rugnut. You're cute. Yeah, my daughter still would love a cat, but we just have no place for cat stuff, and her room would be trashed because she's got all this stuff on shelves and all of her esthetician and makeup artistry stuff. It would be like
Yeah,
cat would love it in there.
because anything on a shelf or a table, if it's on
Like
the edge, it has to go off.
Of course, it's a paw
Yeah.
swipe. Yeah, that's where. Oh, thanks, GT Junior. Appreciate you listening. GT Junior grows in Alaska. Hey, Guardian Warrior. Yeah, cat posse too. We got the cat posse. Yeah, something's going on. I don't know. Just had another weird glitch go across my screen. I don't know if it's what it is would be doing that. I usually don't have issues.
Probably starts with a C and ends with nah.
Maybe. Or the other one that, they blamed for everything with 45. Who knows? I think they're all in it together. And then you've got the other guy who's, looks like something from Star Wars. The world, the forum. Talking about all his leaders that he has in place and such. Yeah, that's really weird. It just flashed again. I did not touch anything. I don't know what is going on. I don't have it plugged in either. It's on battery. I hope it's not this extender. It's an Apple extender though, like for a USB. That's the one thing I cannot stand about these Apple laptops is they didn't give you the USB. And I've got a little USB mouse because I still haven't gone out and gotten another one. Hey, Bob, 942, good to see you.
Yeah,
Hey, Wyoming
you gotta get
Adventures.
them,
Hi, on.
those expensive USBs too.
Yeah.
because they're if you get the cheap ones, they don't charge as well as the heavier duty ones.
Yeah.
See,
Well, I
they
had
got less wires in them.
the extender that I had. I guess that's the right term. You know what I'm talking about because it's only got this USB-C on the side. You get two. Woo.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, y-
that I
USB
forget,
hub.
but a hub. Yeah, that's it. The hub. I tried one of the ones from Amazon, not knowing that you have to match up. What is it? Your wattage, Charles? I forget what they call it. I almost fried my laptop. Almost, it went. Zip.
Oh, it went backwards.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's not
They
good.
didn't, nobody warned you about the stuff like the
Yeah,
normal average person that, hey, you could possibly fry your computer. You plug too many things in this little thing that you're buying off Amazon. And I don't think I had that many things, but it was enough to where all of a sudden it just went zip. And I'm like, oh, it was a guy in Target who told me, one of the techies in Target. Because I went in to get another. He goes, oh, no, you've got to match it up. And we don't have Apple right now. Like they're that one. And he's like, you probably want to do that. And I'm like, oh, great.
yeah.
Why?
It used to be just like USB, and then they have different numbers and letters behind the USB now.
Yes.
There's ones that are powered and all kinds of different ones.
Oh, that's sweet that you're doing that, Wyoming Adventures. It's fine. We totally
Yeah.
understand.
Lucky enough to still have one of these pigtail type chargers, but unfortunately, the trade off is when this battery dies, I'm out of luck as far as battery goes.
Oh,
It's
for your laptop, you mean? When it's gone, it's gone.
yeah, it's not like the old ones where you can pop it out and go on eBay and get you another one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, they don't have
Those
that
are
anymore.
expensive
That's this
now, though.
too, I think.
Yeah, and it
I don't-
only lasts like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours if I'm lucky.
Yeah.
On battery. So
Yeah, I'm testing mine to see. It was fully charged and I've got it out here without it being plugged in. But again, it just did a little weird glitch. But I did move it, so I'm not really sure what's could be causing that. I just hope I'm not, like getting hit and I don't know it. What's up?
Cat in the Hat Christmas.
Okay, Cat in the Hat Christmas. I don't think it's picking any sound up. Cat in the Hat Christmas from his laptop. But then again, it's AI. They can pick up all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Of course, as soon as I get on here, now the hot flashes start. I haven't been hot at all. Get in front of people and it's like, yay, hot flashes. Awesome. It's been cold.
Yeah, if you're in a market to buy something, boy, that pops up real quick though.
Right? Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
strange how it does that, or suggestions that you get on YouTube after you've been discussing certain things,
Yeah.
which
they
is
got
really
so desperate now. It's like after you buy it, they start showing you stuff that's relevant. And I'm like, I already bought it.
Mm.
It's on its
Mhm.
way.
Oh, that's so hard. 30 years. I bet you do miss her. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
So hard.
Facebook used to be really bad. I don't know how it is anymore because I kind of gave up on Facebook. But
Yeah,
you could be scrolling through and you would say, "Oh, I need a new watch," or "I need a new refrigerator," and you start scrolling, and boom, it pops right up in the ads.
Great. Now I'm probably going to get that in my ads. Thanks, Charles. I just got a refrigerator. That was the thing before the electrical panel that we need a new one on. I'm actually very proud of my husband that he went down to the city and was like, I just want to know if my family's safe. Like, we've
Yeah,
been waiting for you to come back from vacation. There's been nobody there down at the city to review any of the electrical stuff, which seems ridiculous. Like, they should have a backup person they can call in. Nope. I didn't have anybody that could review any of this, permits being submitted. Nope. But yeah, he got him to look at it.
Internet went out Christmas or New Year's Eve here.
Great.
And what it was is somebody started a fire in the dumpster where the junction area is, where the cable feeds into, and then they distribute it out from there.
Oh,
So they shut the power out.
interesting. I wonder if they knew they
because
were.
they
Is
didn't
that
want
purposeful, you think? Because who starts a
who
dumpster fire
knows.
right next to?
But which is kind of odd that they'd put the dumpster underneath the power lines.
Yeah, that seems
So
weird.
they shut the power off in the area,
Oh, great.
and then they didn't have anybody to turn it back on because everybody was out. You know,
Oh, gosh. That's
how did
horrible.
can't you do what you did to turn it off to turn it back on?
Yeah, like who's
Evidently,
the person who hit the switch? Can you get him back in and have him fix that?
evidently, there's a different procedure than going like this than going like that. I don't know.
That's
Hey,
so.
Kentucky Goblin.
Hey, what's up? How you doing, Randall? Mr. Kentucky Goblin. Yeah, I can't imagine. That seems very purposeful. Like somebody wanted
Yeah,
to trip somebody's alarm off or something and just set a dumpster fire. I can't believe you actually had to deal with a dumpster fire. It's such a cliche. Like, oh, my life is a dumpster fire. Oh my goodness, that's terrible. So then when
and
did they end up turning it back on? The second? Did you guys get
it was
it?
supposed to. They said it. Well, when you call them up, they always give you a couple days extra.
Mm.
So they said it was going to be actually today when it
Oh,
was going to get
wow.
turned back on. But luckily, it was New Year's Day.
Oh, good. Good,
Yeah,
they fixed it. Yeah, because that's a little ridiculous. They definitely should have people there for anything electrical, for especially during the holidays, because people are running all the extra electrical, the lights and
yeah,
everything. Like,
and people heat their houses.
and yes, that's right. I was thinking of Barry last night because I could not get warm with the shivers, and here I am, a Floridian, and it's barely dropping. But I had a little plug-in heater in our bedroom and it was blowing directly at me. And I'm like, gosh, he's right. Some of these plug-in heaters that are electric are crap. Like they don't heat up anything. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh,
nowadays they are.
yeah. Mine's one of the ones that looks like a little fireplace. So I think it was really meant for aesthetics with a little bit of warmth. Like you have to be like right up on it to feel anything.
Yeah,
I got it we have the design in our bedroom it's like the bedroom, there's a hallway, which is where our, walk-in closet is, but it's all open tile and then into the big tile shower that is not very well insulated against the wall on the outside. So all the cold just comes. Oh, and you have a window. Florida likes to put windows in showers. Don't know who thought of that, but thanks. Not. So you get the draft from that not being insulated well, and it all comes down the hallway into our bedroom. So our bedroom and also the front bedroom where my mom was at are the draftiest rooms, next to, of course, our sliding glass doors, because we're made for a cool house. Like they make the houses to stay cool. So when the cool gets in, it kind of keeps it, and it's really hard to heat up a Florida house up. But yeah, so anyway, I was thinking of you, Barry, and wondering, I hope he's got enough propane, and I hope, Homestead's okay too.
Well,
Because of your little buddy heater, you were saying does a far better job.
Okay, escapade.
What? Cat in the Hat Arcade Escapade now. The Cat in the Hat Arcade Escapade. I'll probably get DVD recommendations for that. Oh, hey, Fruit Loop, what's up? We're trying to figure out, I guess, did we figure out that the real DJ Fruit Loops came from Sheena? I think. Okay. You doing okay, Barry?
mm-hmm.
Just tired. I got a little energy. Took my vitamins. There it goes again. It just glitched. What the heck? I'm getting a little nervous. Why?
It's weird. The first time I tried to come in, of course, I got the you've been blocked. And then after I said something about it, and I tried to get in on Storm's weather cam, it wouldn't let me. So I came back to this account. It let me in, but your screen was just StreamYard was just blank.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
I had to reboot the whole thing. It all locked up when I went to take your name out of StreamYard. It was the weirdest thing, like completely locked up on me. I couldn't get out. And yeah, I just rebooted the whole thing. I don't even know how I rebooted it. to tell you the truth. I really don't. I forget what I did. Just did it and it worked, thank God. Yeah, it's my pink headphones. It might be because they are cheap headphones. Maybe it's that outlet. But I can't imagine there's any charge coming back into my laptop from these that would do it. And it hasn't done it before. So maybe it's like what Barry said. It's the one that ends in Ina messing around with signals.
Careful with that.
I know. It might come
I know.
after us.
There's some-
Oh, yeah. Oops. Gee whiz.
Sorry, I pointed that out. I should have kept my mouth shut.
Oh no. That's terrible. Wow. That's horrible when your country rhymes with that word. Wow. Okay. Explains a lot right there. Okay.
Moving right along.
Privates. Yep. Drinking my water, more than halfway down. So yeah, have you made a list of things? Well, I know you wanted to possibly, get ready for maybe a move. As far as you start putting, you were saying boxes aside. Yes, that one. Q. Thank you. Yes, for the people in the back who didn't catch it.
We can always count on you.
Yep.
Kate.
Yep. That's what I don't know. For my Christian folks, I can't imagine if I just call that country the vag. The vag. The vag people are messing with my signal. I don't know if that would be too good. So yeah, no. I probably can't do that, Q. I mean,
Well,
okay,
they're
Red Dragon.
that country is far from anything Bible.
Yeah, yeah. True.
They rewrote the Bible to make make it bad.
Lovely. Go figure. That's like that's like seeing the ones that they were interviewing on a certain channel and they said they were coming in from Egypt. And Egyptians actually got into his comments and said that's not the Arabic that you speak in Egypt. And they said the different countries. And also people that have been seen. I think they said it even in Georgia. And they mentioned one country, and that country rhymes with van, but starts with an S, like Sue. Sue and her van killed Christians. Like we get a mailer that's from Voice of the Martyrs. My husband and I usually support them, like with some of the tax money that comes back from whatever we tithe at church. We ask the accountant when she's doing our taxes, okay, what's coming off from the tithe, and she would tell us, and then we would take that portion and sow it back into Christian ministries. And they were one ministry that we sowed into, so we would get their magazines and they would talk about different parts of the world that just basically pastors and
since the thing over in Israel's been going on, you see where they're not serving Jews and stuff in different areas.
Oh my gosh. Oh no, I didn't know that. I do know that between the Jewish people and the Christians, that we are the ones that are the most become refugees more than the others. If we would go into any of those countries, we either become dead or refugees.
Mm-hmm.
Kentucky. Yeah, we talked about that, the whole virgin thing, that they might be just women that were just so ugly that they never could get married, or I don't know if they were specific. Maybe they don't get women. Could be, who knows what, that remained virgin and is there. Oh, Barry, you have a question from Marshmallow Man.
I don't know what's worse, names or eggs. It depends on what model you get and what you want to use it for. CB radio's got its place, but
what was that toy one that you reviewed? And it was really it did a really good job. For for people just starting, like for the people who have just a little bit of money and just want to play around and check like the signaling in their area, they could probably pick up that toy that you and Randall were talking about. Did you put it on? Was that on a live or was that a video? I forget what I think it was video you did, right? Where it just has a sticker on the front. It doesn't even have.
Yeah. I think
It's
it
like
might have been. We might have brought that up off of a website.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to think. I know what you're talking about. But it's not.
Oh, that's not CB. I'm talking walkie-talkies. Sorry, my brain.
Oh,
Sometimes it joins things that don't belong joined. Sorry. Go ahead.
the home
CB
stations.
truckers have, right?
Well, I used to have one in Phoenix, which flat area.
Mhm.
Depending if in the springtime when it was getting cloudy, I could hit different countries with the CB radio because it bounced off the top of the clouds.
Yeah.
The signal.
Another
But
one.
I had a really good CB too. It had a power supply on it and everything.
That's
I mean,
fine.
nowadays, and
Fine.
I'm not advocating it. So do it at your own risk. But a lot of people are just adding amplifiers to the radios, and that's fine and dandy. Whatever you want to do, but just keep in mind that you're playing with fire there. You could get that knock or that letter in the mail from the FCC, but not so much that. It's just the fact that if you take it to one of these run-of-the-mill CB shops and have your radio, fine tune and all, well, that's great. But then you're splattered all over the place. And I hate to sound like Mark Sherman, Mud Duck Radio in the desert, but he's got a point. The reason the channels are channelized the way they are on the CBs to avoid splattering your neighbor, but unfortunately, when you're running thousands of watts through it, you're going to be tearing someone up. And it does have its place. I mean, I still get on the radio once in a while with Kentucky Goblin, but for the most part, we've been using UHF and on GMRS, FRS. Just our preference, I guess.
Is there one that you would recommend?
A CB?
Mm-hmm.
Anything from Uniden or Cobra.
Cobra, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is weird. I would Marshmallow Man, but after I already had the problems, mine keeps flicking, and also now it's saying I need to sign into my own chat in YouTube.
Yeah, that's so you can chat.
Yeah, but it's my channel that should be connected to my StreamYard. So that's kind of weird that it kicked me out of my own, and I'm having these glitches. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, that's strange. What the? Okay, let me see if I open another window to see if I can. That's so strange. Why would it do that? I don't understand why it's doing that lately, where it's just completely kicking me out. Hold up. It's driving me crazy. Seriously. Oh, that's nice. It had to be squeezed out, huh? Don't know how to respond to that, Homestead Aquarius. The dog had to squeeze one out, or
CBs, they're easy to track down. Very easy compared to like other ham radios and stuff.
As soon as you get a full signal on somebody, unscrew your coax and keep going until it keeps the needle in the reed. Look for an antenna.
Yeah.
That's an old trick there.
Your mother would never answer when they were on the CHAG?
No.
Calling from the CB or calling from the boat?
The home base was called the CHAG.
Yeah.
Like I never answered.
Funny. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I thought we were being, yeah. Words are hard. Yes, they are. Sometimes they are hard. That's for sure. Yeah. Okay. I'm back into that. It's just weird. I don't know what the heck is going on. It must be that. It must be the hacking. Does it have a range? I think they each have different ranges, and it's depends on your like what you Charles was saying, the area and the
Yeah.
topography of the area. Is that the right word? Topography?
How busy it is too.
And
Yeah.
how busy it is. And then you could always get what is it? The ones who like to take up space on it and just play music really loud and
Key up. Yeah.
yell. And I've heard
Yeah,
those on
Channel
when
6,
Barry.
the
Yeah.
Super Bowl Channel 6, which is spilled over to 11 now too, because I don't know why not, right?
Well, you had some ESOL, or that's what we would call them in school, English speakers of other languages, basically, that one time that I heard quite loudly on your CB.
We used to have some people that argued about stuff that happened 50 something years ago, bunch of old farts, and now they finally gave it up. I guess they just realized that why are we, why are we adults on these radios bringing up something that it had no effect on that person they were trying to jab. He was just like, well, let them, have their fun. And eventually they were just like, we're not getting anything out of him. He's not getting mad or anything. I give up, which is good for us because we don't have to hear the crap anymore.
I get it now. Yeah, my husband might sink if he called me the sea hag. Mm-hmm. Yep, he might sink out there too.
We used to get so they say there are on payphones the microphone that you're talking to has really thin copper wire. If you unravel it and tie a helium balloon to one end and then tie the other end to the top of your antenna, you can reach further with a CB because it basically becomes a 50-foot antenna.
Oh, okay. Like the big ones we used to see off
in the air. Yeah.
Like the radio guys going down the road back in the day with their huge antennas on the back of their car. And I didn't know what that was back then. I'm like, what the hell? What is he doing in his car? What is that?
We had one up 150 feet one time.
Wow.
And we're getting signal from across the ocean.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Have you ever done anything like that, Barry, where you just got real creative with your antennas because you didn't want to purchase one that would be big bucks to get more range?
Yeah, I've actually made dipoles out of wiring, like grounding wire. Went to Lowe's, picked up about 20 foot of grounding wire for residential grounding wire, some insulators, and cut it down to 102 inches on each end, and basically made a dipole, and talked all over the country with just the radio. Of course, back then my radio was a 10-meter rig that had been modified for CB, so it was doing something like 25, 30 watts. So.
I think the answer to his question is yes, because depends on the topography, how busy it is, like what you said. I think you kind of answered that question. Like it can be the same radio, but if you move it around, it depends what's around and also what it's like the stations that it's pinging off of. Is that what you guys say? I don't know what radio people say. Sorry.
They still have the same channels.
Yeah.
You won't pick up the same people from the old area.
Yeah.
It goes.
Well, he was meaning like the range is going to remain the same, but I don't know if it necessarily does if the topography of the land changes.
If it's all flat, you'll reach further out.
There you go.
When there's hills and mountains, and when I did this was before cell towers, so I don't know how things are now, but cell towers probably have
like that
cold
issues in it. So that's a lot of fun right there. That terrain, that's live right there. So it's our terrain is interesting in Kentucky, but
That's so-
East or West Kentucky?
I'm in Central.
Oh, okay. Well, it's
How
still
about
pretty
now?
it's still pretty hilly in that area too.
Yeah, what you're not seeing off to the right, where that little White House is across the road, that actually goes up to a knob, and that's
That's Goblin, isn't it?
Get through it. Yeah, he's talking to his brother.
We're gonna eavesdrop on you, Goblin, talking to your brother.
I don't think I want. I'm not sure I
Mm-mm.
want to tell you what they're saying right now.
No, I'm kidding. That's so crazy. You're live, Goblin. We can hear you.
I sent them over 2 walkie
Okay.
talkies, and because obviously I don't need all these radios. They all do the same thing.
Mhm.
So why
Oh, to
not
test
share-
them. Is it
why
something
not
you
share-
got
I
sent?
gave them to them. I said, why
Mm.
not share the fun? So
Yeah.
they both have the same ones, and you know,
Nice.
we've been using. They both tested them out in their cars, and they were still talking out. 4
That's cool.
miles, I think, was the max that we got from the car to my base.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
It's on GMRS and FRS.
That's a good backup in case, your cell
Mhm.
phone goes down too. Like that's a nice backup to have. Not that, I mean, we're also, down here based on our cell phones, but if we don't have the cell phones, yeah, it's a good backup to have in the car. But then you have to also have the adapter for it so you can charge it in the car. Or is it?
Most of these radios coming out of China actually take the USB-C, so you can plug a car charge, phone
Oh, okay.
charger to it. Yeah.
And use the phone charger. That's okay. Yeah, that's a good way. That's a good idea actually for like an emergency kit for the car. So that for something like that, what would be an inexpensive one for a comm? Oh yeah, absolutely.
Really any of the valve things, but if you're not into programming, like
Yeah.
a lot of these have to be programmed with a computer. This is technically a ham radio. I don't suggest, unless you're a ham operator,
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
No.
just buying one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Well, when and if the grid goes down, well, I said
Yeah.
when, I don't want to speak that over us. I don't think it's going to matter. I don't see FCC coming after
Somebody knocking at your
everybody.
door saying you're
Yeah.
illegally using that.
yeah,
We're
So-
not.
a lot of these radios, I actually did a review on these. These are the MERS radios from Retivis, not Retivis.
Mhm.
They do
Oh, mine
a
are.
heck of a job.
No, we're not
it's
doing that,
worth it.
Malachi.
I don't know if-
Thank you.
So you can actually charge those the same way.
Thank you. Good listener.
And this one here, I got to finish, do the second part of the review. This
Sure.
was made for GMRS, but it's funny because it's being marketed as ham and GMRS.
Who?
Oh, really?
Back in the school.
Oh, I don't know that one. Oh, Curious
Yeah, I
Shorts
just
back
got
in school
regular-
DVD.
Walkie talkies,
I
they're
don't know
they're
that
good
one.
for like 3 to 4 miles.
Yeah.
Have them in bug out bag.
We did
Yeah.
4 with these. With the MERS and the
Yeah.
GMRS, we got 4.5 miles out of them with the knob in front of me. I wish I could show that knob to you, but you'll just have to take my word for it. It's a big hill.
I'm gonna have to rewatch my own live just for that part because little man had me distracted. He's going over and putting his hands on his hips and looking at his DVDs that he's gonna come and tell me to put in while I'm live. Who stole the boat? Oh my goodness.
Kentucky Goblin took that little one that fit in the palm of his hand. It was an early Uniden, and did the same thing that those bow things did. Of course, I'm on a home base station. I've got like maybe 2 dB gain on that antenna. It's not anything special, but it is 22 feet in the air. So
Wow. Well, that's a good one. I would say
His
that's a good.
brother was over there at the house
Mhm.
right next to where Goblin lives. He's up
Yeah.
on a hill, and he was here. He was here in Goblin before I was. Like I lost him completely. We couldn't talk to each other, but his brother could talk to him, and he was in a car
Wow.
with a handheld. They were
That's
both on
cool.
handhelds, and I was like, "Wow." I was like, "Wait a minute, this shouldn't even be working."
Yeah. That's so strange. I wonder if the car becomes like one big conductor.
It tends to be a Faraday cage most of the time.
Really? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
sometimes you have to stick the walkie-talkie outside the vehicle.
yeah.
So that would be a good one for, I guess, the new year is comms if you don't have any, which,
Mhm.
yeah, that goes on my list then. I need to do that also. That's why I need to make a list because there's expensive things that I would like to get, but they're also foofy. I don't have to have that composter in my kitchen. Probably would do better if it's a plug-in, it's something that's plugged in. I would probably do better with a wheat grinder instead. I have the one for when everything goes down, the hand crank.
Most all my stuff that I put compost goes straight to the bottom of the cage.
What? Straight to the
Bunny
bottom.
rabbits.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I need to get some like what Katie does, set up some worm bins. But I was going to do the ones that you just don't have to kind of like set it and forget it, where you drill the holes and you just put them down into the soil and you put a
Yeah.
top over it. The only problem is having to remove that top, and it kind of makes me nervous in Florida. So you got to make sure the holes that like only worms can get into them and not other things that might
Yeah.
bite you when you're opening up
Hey, Moon.
the top. Hey, Moon. But yeah, I basically just started drinking water and laying off sugar. Nothing major. And I'm looking out and my
That's two good
bananas.
ones.
Yeah, I think so. At 53, especially, you have to start really watching those things because I think they affect
Not so
us
much
more.
sugar, but the other bad one, the corn syrup one. That's
Oh yeah, well,
high
sugar too,
fructose.
because it's your liver. If
Yeah.
you're like, for me and for quite a few other women who don't have a gallbladder, now we only have our liver doing all the work, and digesting doing everything. Like it's not able to off-site some stuff to the gallbladder, so we have to really be careful of overloading it with sugar because that's
Yeah.
kind of sometimes that's why your gallbladder goes. It's because you've got too much sugar in your diet, and it just
And
throws
not
that
enough water either.
and not enough water, and then you get sludge. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And then I also learned that because I'm supposed to drink a lot of water, but
Mm.
you can drink so much water and just go straight through you because the
Yep.
water is not getting into your system.
Mm-hmm.
And being high blood pressure, I'm supposed to stay off of salt, but that salt
That's what
actually
helps
helps
it.
that
Yeah.
too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yeah, you
a
have to
balance
really.
thing.
Well, I was actually just watching Justin Rhodes. He was live. I've never seen him live. I guess he's doing this thing of the 12 Days of Christmas or whatever after the fact. And he's promoting different things that he uses. So basically, he's doing commercials. One was for Redmond salt. Like he just did Redmond salt today. That's how I caught it and found out
Whatever
about it.
works, right?
Yeah. And that's one thing I do use is I use sea salt. There's no table salt in my house. He also had put up a sugar-free, what is it called? It made me think of a movie. What Gatorade is? Electrolyte. An electrolyte mix that he uses. And I have one like that too, but I can't use it a lot. But supposedly, yeah, balancing out your electrolytes and your cells can use your water better. But that's rough when you can't have sodium
Mhm.
because how do you get it to stay where it's supposed to stay?
Mhm.
Oh, you too, Gear. Have a good night at work. Stay safe. Yeah, use the drink mixes because you have low blood pressure. Yeah, mine used to be low. I've got to get it checked. I think it's now about average when I go in. They never tell me it's low anymore. It used to be faint and low, but I think that was because I was a little bit anemic. And
Yeah,
now
that's the way my wife was. Hers
Yeah.
was like that.
yeah. And like if
Um,
I would stand up too quick, I would go black and everything. Like I would just see black.
I'll go in there and mine will be 140, 150. And they say, "Oh, your blood pressure is high." And I said, "No, that's low."
Yeah, it's like not
What?
that bad for me. Yeah, that's a really hard one with the blood pressure, and that too is related to pre-diabetes and diabetes.
hmm That's
It's
why I have
all
to get checked out
interconnected.
every time what my sugar level is.
Yeah.
Yeah, one time it did get high because I used to drink a lot of pop
Mm.
and stuff. So as
Yep.
soon as I cut that out,
Mhm.
my blood sugar went way down.
Yeah,
Where
that'll
it's
do
supposed
it.
to be. Yeah.
See, and I don't really drink pop. Once in a while I'll get it's called this drink called Covita, which it's a kefir water um, with lemon, and I'm sure they probably feed it with a little bit of sugar, but it's like a lemon ginger drink that's like having soda to me. But I've
Mhm.
never really drank a lot of soda, but I would drink the heck out of like tea with lemonade that has real sugar in it. I used to like that when we would go to Chick-fil-A. I know, Kentucky Goblin. He uses a salt lick. He I go there often
Get
and
some
lick
good
the
minerals
ground.
out of that.
Yeah, you get a lot of minerals that way. They actually show parrots that do that. The parrots have a mountainside in the rainforest that they harvest minerals for their diet from. And you'll see them all up on this one, like it looks like a cliffside. And what they're actually doing is getting the minerals that their body needs.
I
Kentucky's got a
found
lot
out.
of towns named after lick. Anything lick. It's weird. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, I found a way to get rid of stumps one time.
Oh.
Got a thing for deer to lick on,
Mhm.
and I set it on top of a stump, and rain and everything, and it soaked into the stump, and eventually the deer came by to eat on the stump
They
to
just
get the,
started chewing it
to,
down for
to
you?
get the
Wow.
minerals out of the stump. Well, I'm sure it kind of rotted it out too, but
Yeah.
all the
But that's
salt and stuff
cool.
in it. But there was nothing.
Nothing left of it.
Yeah,
Huh.
a
I
year
never
later,
knew.
that stump was gone. They all came back to that stump though, where that stump was, because
Looking for the minerals.
yeah,
Aw. Means they need it. It's lacking in their environment. They're cute. They're not great when you have a garden and you have to deal with them, but
oh, I know.
they're so cute though
I'm
otherwise.
in the city and I still have to deal with them.
I can't believe that they come in that like to the city area and they're not afraid. I've seen that too on other people's videos. That one guy like full on feeds them. He's got like this really nice
That's the
house.
issue right there.
Yeah, and he full on feeds them.
Because the guy at the top of the hill,
Oh, he does that.
it's not there now, but he used to feed them. So
Mhm.
deer come in um, to get fed, and then he's not here no more.
Hmm.
Oh, bushcraft has cucumbers down there.
Oh no, that's awful.
The one year my cucumbers doing really good. I come out the next day and all the leaves of the cucumbers were gone. I'm like, what the
Stinkers.
heck? What happened here?
Oh no, it was them. Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't how that happened with the okra, and I think it was a bunny because I had seen
They
the
didn't touch the okra.
cottontails. They didn't touch the okra. That's so funny. Oh, they
Yeah,
liked the cucumber was more refreshing.
well, I guess. And then
Cucumber just had better
once
flavor.
the cucumber was gone, they started it on my tomatoes, and that's
Oh, No.
That's when I had to
Mhm.
get inventive.
Mm. Yeah,
And it
can you
went,
set up your own, like, electrified fence in the city or
probably
no?
not in the city here, but I did, and it was a thing for the cats.
Mhm.
Was um, it's not biting me. Um, it's a can that
Mhm.
had a motion aerosol can that
Oh,
went
okay.
psst,
Oh,
like that,
yeah.
and it would scare them off the counter,
Mm,
which they just went up there and smacked it.
and knocked it
These
down.
cats, because they
Yeah.
didn't care if it made a psst noise or not, but it had motion sensor on there,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
so I stuck a pole out there,
Mhm.
and because I knew which way they were coming from, so
Mhm.
as soon as the deer would come in, um, that thing would go psst, and it would take off.
They would just jump and take off. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I don't think see, that's what we would have a problem with too. It's if I use like fish emulsion, any of that can bring those off the canal sometimes
Mm,
towards my house. But the main thing is we have the disgusting rats that come off that canal. We have the canal rats and then you have roof rats. You get both in Florida. Yay, double your pleasure.
yeah,
Yeah,
I got
gobblers, those are good for your garden until they knock your corn stalks over.
Yeah. None of them are really great for the garden.
I
Very-
got since I got the rabbits, now I have raccoons coming in trying to
Oh
get at the
no.
rabbits, because every
Yeah, they're
once in a while
mean with
my
any kind
security
of
cameras will pick up a raccoon, and I'll have to
yeah.
go out there and uh,
Mhm. Fertilize a tree with
well, I didn't have nothing to throw at them. I had a stack of cucumbers up
eat this
by the
instead.
porch. So I took a cucumber, smacked him, and splatted her upside his head, and he ran.
That's hilarious. That's like a moneymaker right there. Cucumber launcher. That would be
I tried
great.
to get it. I tried to, because that would have made a good video. I tried to
Yeah.
get it on. Stop eating it. On my security camera, but it
Uh-huh.
didn't pick it up because it's in stages. So
Yeah.
it picked up the action before when the raccoon was there, but it didn't
Mhm.
pick up when I threw
Oh,
threw
wow.
the cucumber upside his head.
Oh, that's a shame that you didn't catch it. Yeah, that's an interesting so they kinda went away? They didn't realize, Brenda, that you put them up on a fence instead? They would just lay right down in her cucumber patch until she put it on the fence. That's something else.
Huh.
Wow. Hmm. Yeah, I worry about that with, actually, I need to, and I forgot. I've gotta write see, I do have to write things down. I have to see if I still have sweet potatoes in the ground, because I have vines. I worry about what's under the vines when they're going off during the spring and they're all nice and thick, and besides, snakes, we've had mama rabbits actually come in and tuck their young into a corner.
Yeah.
And they're adorable, but it's like, "No, I don't grow much at all. Go away." Hey, Beth. I was over
Hey,
on your
Beth.
channel a little bit earlier, but I missed your, live. I think it was I don't know if it was yesterday. I forget when it was
Yeah,
that I saw that it was live.
that
Sorry I
was it.
missed it. You were in it? You
Oh,
went?
yeah.
You gotta let me know when she's
I
live
didn't
if I
join
can
them. I
go.
was in chat, trying to be good.
I'm trying to be good.
I didn't want to get kicked out by Beth. That would hurt.
You're usually pretty good. Oh, I miss Homestead, what he said about it. Sounds like some well-fed. Yeah, right. Well-fed deer meat. Accidents do happen, possibly back over one by accident, middle of the night. But they'll
Yeah.
freak out before you even start your car. Are you allowed to dispatch them if they are causing a property? I mean, an issue on your property in town? Though?
If I wasn't in the city, I'd have plenty of deer meat. I'll
Yeah.
put it that way.
Yeah, that's hard when you are in the city because we have the same thing. Like can only use
Well,
pellet guns really to take care of the iguanas. And then now I feel bad because I see these people who have pet iguanas on here, and
oh,
they actually seem like they like their owners, and it's weird. Like they'll just chill with them and watch TV with their owners. And the thing is huge. The one guy has, he's huge. The other one pulls out bananas, and of course it's food driven. So the iguana comes up in his lap and wants the banana. But this other guy it was a short I was watching. Maybe it was on the Dodo on Facebook. And yeah, it's just chilling with them watching TV on the armrest, and he's petting this big old iguana with spines on its back. And I'm like, I just never saw them as like an actual pet, like a dog or a cat, especially when they're eating my moringa tree from the top down. And they could eat anything else in my yard. Oh, you guys used to eat deer when Joe used to hunt? Yeah, I didn't come from a hunting family, so we didn't have that in our fridge or freezer. I kind of wish I would have that background.
deer meat's good.
I heard it's pretty good. Is it pretty lean or no? Is it
Oh, yeah.
fatty? It's real
It's
lean,
real lean.
like rabbit. Rabbit's lean too, right?
Yeah.
The lean meat. You're on your own land. Here, TN. You can take down whatever you want. Oh, yeah, that's true. If you don't get it first, your neighbor will, especially if it's a buck, I bet. Care of them. Yeah, on your land too in Kentucky. But I don't know in town we have different rules we have to in the
Mm.
suburbs and
If I had
city, and
better neighbors, I could probably, because I have
You want to take down
I-
some of your neighbors, Charles? What?
no comment, but I do have a bow. I could quietly take out a deer,
Yeah, I was wondering if you could do it with a bow.
but yeah, we have neighbors.
Don't we all? We all have that. So I can't complain too much, except for
Yeah,
some
and
things. But
I've
Yeah, I know
had
you.
issues this year with the neighbor, so
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah,
Oh.
I remember a little bit about it. A bit caught
yeah,
kind
trying
of
to
the tail
scam
end.
me out of money and stuff. I actually had to get a lawyer over it.
Oh, was that the tree fiasco? I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
And mysteriously, all of a sudden, he has no problems with his roof or his porch or anything else that's over there.
Interesting. Very interesting what happens when you get a lawyer involved.
Yep.
Some people will become pretty honest. That's what
and the thing
happens.
is, I would have helped him with the cost of
Yeah.
the insurance, the thing with that. But when he came back over and said, "Oh no, we thought it was going to be 1,200. No, it's 1,700, and it messed up this and it messed up that," and I said,
Oh, he's just adding on and adding on.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a different story. Now we're revoking the offer I gave you last time. I'm going with the lawyer,
Yeah.
and the lawyer said it's an act of God.
There you go. Good.
And my lawyer sent him letters and saying this and that, and he said he wanted to get paper. The lawyer wanted to send paper to his insurance company, and the insurance company never made it out to find out. So he lied about the insurance company also.
Oh,
Too.
that's
Yeah, he
awful.
wanted to get a new roof and
out of
deck
it. Yeah.
and everything out of it.
That's awful. I'm so sorry you had to deal with that. Yeah, we have issues like that down here too in Florida. A lot of sketchy, scammy folks that can live in our state. We had that whole, and I'm sure everybody heard about it. For a while, we had groups going around where they would just dead stop in front of your car, so you would hit them, and then they would collect the insurance money. Yeah.
Well, you gotta have a camera in your car nowadays.
Yeah, I know. I need to get one. My daughter wanted me to teach her how to drive because her father drives for work, but I'm more of I'm the better offensive driver, defensive driver, I guess too. Like he's more of has to drive like an old man because he's fortunate enough to have a vehicle from work.
Oh,
So, but he
company
will
vehicle.
translate that driving into my vehicle, and she wants to learn a little bit of both. She's going to drive careful, but she needs to know what to do on the fly, which happens a lot down here. You have to know what to do on the fly. Yeah, they're everywhere now, Lewis. Yeah, they're everywhere. Well, it is now 4:47 my time, so I'm going to have to call it and get things ready for hubby to come home. And
yeah, it's almost dinner time.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
why the cats are over here, by the way.
Oh, they're talking to you,
I
basically.
kind of figured
Dinner.
that's what it was.
Dinner.
Yeah,
It's dinner.
5
Our dog
o'clock
does
is
that.
their dinner time. So
Our dog does that, and our dog is like so how do you say it? Pack based, but also because I think she was a rescue, that my daughter has to be in the room so she can eat. She needs a lookout. She needs a lookout in the room with her so she can eat. So you'll hear her. She'll set up, our dog's food.
what kind of dog is it?
It's a miniature Schnauzer mix. It's a small dog.
Oh, yeah.
So, they're close to the
That's
ground.
what wolves do. They
Oh.
when
We call her our little wolf. That's funny.
they have a prey or something,
Mhm.
they'll take turns on eating, so the other ones will watch their back while they're eating.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's weird, before we got her, she was always crated. They said she was from a hoarder, but I wonder if she was in a puppy mill, like a puppy mill
Oh.
situation. She had little tiny butt burns from sitting in her own stuff. It was awful.
Oh.
Yeah, really bad. So, yeah, I'd never seen a dog do that. Like our pug was a pug. Pugs are like so funny. They're like just the funniest little dogs. But yeah, she'll cry until somebody comes in that room with her because
Is
she's
that
wanting to
where
eat but
their
won't
nose
eat.
is all squished up?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah. That was our
looks
first
like
dog.
it ran so fast and
Yeah, and it hit a
slid into a
wall.
wall.
Yeah. They're perfect dogs though for kids. They're very it's rarely will they be mean, very happy, kind of go lucky clowns, temperament, and doesn't need a lot of exercise, so it doesn't need to be
Any
out
close
running all the time.
cigars?
Hey, Morgan, good to see you. I hope you did too. Hey, Hookah. Just about to go. I'm sorry you just got in, Morgan. It's like dinner time here. I have to go and get ready, and these two gentlemen have to go feed their cats. Before
And
they get
usually
attacked.
when Hookah comes in, it means it's time to leave.
Oh, guy didn't say that. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming up on panel with me. And I'm so glad whatever was going on kind of stopped. So I'm grateful for
I'm
that.
just glad I'm not blocked.
Oh, I know. Me too. I'm glad you're not blocked. I'm glad, check StreamYard. I thought I did, but obviously I did
Well,
not.
that's the
Thanks,
thing.
Charles.
When you ban them, you can't go.
Oh, it's not there. I did check it. Then he wasn't there the first
You have
night.
to wait till the next stream when you come back. Then you
Got
can
it.
unban them.
Got
You
it.
can't
That's
ban
what
them
it
while
was.
the live is still going on.
Yeah. Thanks, Side Chat. Appreciate you coming in. Bye, Beth. Bye, everybody. Have a good week. I will
Bye,
talk to you
everyone.
guys Friday during the day. Your Sunday. Are you going on your own with lives yet? Yeah, I saw you were doing lives with. Are you still doing the share stream with who is it that you did that with?
Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing one tonight. Jeff.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's on your channel too, right? You guys split the stream?
It'll be on his channel.
What's his channel?
Mondays on mine and Wednesdays on his. We switch back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then Barry's on Sunday. And then you guys can come see me on Friday day or Friday night. Hopefully. Hopefully. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye-bye.